By now, you've learned a lot about crochet, and I hope it's starting to become your new favorite hobby. But you may be starting to feel the side effects of your crochet hook. Hand fatigue, inconsistent stitches, and more can all stem from using the wrong crochet hook for you. If you're ready to take that next step on your crochet journey, let's go on a quest to find your new favorite crochet hook. Hi there, my name is Colleen, aka Pixel Bear. I've been crocheting for over 20 years now, and I created this channel so I could share my love of crochet with crafters of all skill levels. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe so you can catch all my crochet tutorials and videos. Now before we dive into crochet hooks, there's something I want you to keep in mind first and foremost. Your choice of crochet hooks should be dependent on your own preferences and what you find comfortable. If your hand starts to hurt or starts to feel tired, try using a hook made out of a different material or with a different handle style. You're going to be using this for a while, so use what's comfortable. Let's start by taking a look at the hook itself. The top of the hook is called the tip, head, or point, and can range from sharp and pointy to rounded and kind of dull. We will get back to the different types of tips later. After the head, we have the hook. Of course. Below the hook is the throat, then we have the shaft or shank, which determines the size of the loops for your stitches. Below that, we have the grip, also known as the thumb grip or thumb rest. And then we have the handle. Knowing the parts of the hook can help you choose the right one for your project and preferences. Next up, hook materials. Crochet hooks come in metal, plastic, bamboo, wood, and even ergonomic rubber. Each one has its own feel, speed, and drag. Drag refers to the amount of friction or resistance a yarn encounters as it moves over and around the crochet hook, and it can make a huge difference in your tension. The smoother the crochet hook, the less drag it has on the yarn. Keep this in mind when we go over the different hook materials. First up, we have the metal hook. Metal hooks are smooth, allowing for a faster crochet experience. It glides through yarn easily, reducing drag. However, without an ergonomic handle, metal hooks can feel cold and are more stiff and rigid, which may cause hand or wrist discomfort. These are definitely durable hooks though, and they'll last a long time. Plastic hooks are lightweight and affordable. You can find packs of these in different sizes for a lower price. Plastic hooks normally have a little more drag than metal hooks, but they're still smooth and easy to work with. However, they do tend to be a little flexible and can break, especially on the smaller hooks. Bamboo or wood hooks are warm and comfortable to hold, and work great with natural fibers such as cotton or wool. The drawbacks of bamboo or wood is that they cause more drag on the yarn, which can cause stitches to be too tight or can be less comfortable to work with. The last type of hook that I want to cover is the ergonomic hook. Not technically a material, but something I wanted to cover. Ergonomic hooks are hooks with a sculpted handle or a soft padded handle that reduces hand strain. Now let me just say, I was not a fan of these when I was younger. They were always more expensive than the other options, and I didn't see the need for that bulky grip or the additional cost at the time. But then I bought one, and let me tell you, it has changed my crochet life. Less hand discomfort during those long crochet binges, and you can find ergonomic grips in metal, plastic, or wood hooks. Can you crochet without an ergonomic handle? 100% absolutely did it for years, but I recommend giving them a try even if you only buy one in your favorite hook size. It's important to match your hook with your preference and the style of yarn that you're using. Softer, slippery yarns like cotton or silk tend to have less drag on crochet hooks, so a bamboo or wood hook is a great option that can also help you control the yarn better. Fuzzier yarns such as wool or acrylic work better with metal or plastic hooks as they reduce the drag on the yarn. Important note: all of this is well and good, but you do not need every hook size in all three materials. You can crochet with any yarn and with any hook that you find comfortable, so don't get hung up on which hook material you should use. Did you know that the shape of the head of the crochet hook can make a big difference in how you crochet? There are two types of heads, inline and tapered. Inline hooks have the head aligned with the shank or shaft. The hook makes one long line, and the throat is the same width as the shaft or shank. This hook tends to have a sharper edge as well, which allows the yarn to be grabbed easier and creates a more consistent, tighter stitch. Tapered hooks have a more rounded point and hook, and the head is raised, causing it to not line up quite right with the shaft. The throat of this hook is also tapered inward and makes it more narrow than the shaft. This hook shape causes a smoother glide and is great for moving faster, though the stitches will be a bit looser. Which style of hook you use is based on your preferences and the project that you're working on. I use tapered hooks when I make blankets, as I want to move fast through these, and looser stitches lead to a softer, less stiff final blanket. For amigurumi, I tend to use the inline hooks, so my stitches are clean and consistent. I recommend having both styles in your armory. Here's a few things to consider as you start to build your arsenal. Don't go crazy. If you're new to crochet, you might be tempted to go out and buy every crochet hook in every type of material and maybe with every handle style as well. If you go online or go into any retailer, you'll probably find a crochet hook set that has every hook size you can imagine. And you may be tempted to get it so that you have the crochet hook you need for any project no matter what you want to make. However, these crochet hooks usually have a lower quality and may actually cause more damage to your hands or to your project that you're working on. What I recommend is that you buy crochet hooks one at a time depending on the project that you're creating, and spend a little bit more on a higher quality hook rather than quantity. Now, I'm not saying go out and buy the most expensive crochet hook you possibly can for each of your projects, but doing it this way, you'll be able to experiment and find the brand and type of material that really suits your crochet style. The second thing to consider is to experiment. I know I said don't go crazy with that first tip, but every time you buy a new hook, try a different material, try a different brand, or maybe a different handle style. This way you can see exactly what works for you with each project that you're going to complete. And what should you do with all those extra hooks that you don't necessarily like too much? I recommend donating them to a local charity or gifting them to a friend that's looking to get into crochet. You can even sit down and teach them how to crochet, or send them a link to this tutorial series and they can start whenever they're ready. And with that, you now know all about crochet hooks, what different materials there are, different handle styles, and how to tell the anatomy of a crochet hook. But I have a question for you. Which material type do you prefer for your crochet hooks? Or which material type do you want to try next? Leave it in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, hit that like button, and don't forget to hit subscribe so you can catch the next video in this tutorial series. Until then, happy crocheting!